Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny McCobb, the creep of the class. I'm here at Horror News Net TV, the official YouTube channel for HorrorNews.net. With me is Anthony Raus, the indie filmmaker of the upcoming short film Abstraction. How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm good, John.
Very good. So, first off, let's talk about a couple of the stuff you've done a couple projects in the past. This isn't your first film. What have you done so far?
So the year I graduated from college, I did a feature film called Northwoods, which was kind of like an exploitation horror film. And it was just me and a group of friends that decided to make a horror film. And one of the stars of it, Jacob Batalon, went on to do Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, wow! Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then just last year, I did a found footage short film called The Audition. And then later that year, I did a 1950s family drama horror film called Company.
Okay. Well, very good. And this is your latest endeavor. Okay, so tell me a little bit. What is abstraction? What is abstraction about?
Abstraction is about a author who's kind of on a down spiral. She
Hmm.
hasn't had a hit in years, and she basically is on what her publicist says will be her last book tour if she doesn't get her crap together. So she basically is really trying to write something that'll define her, but at the same time she's being haunted by a character that she kind of turned her back on and that basically wants revenge for being tossed to the sidelines.
Interesting. So, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, originally it was about a the author character who turned into her fictional persona at night and murdered people. So it was kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde
Okay.
story, but I decided against that because I thought that it would work much better if it was more simple and not so location heavy. And it's two locations, and then it would have been easier for production. So
Yeah.
it was more of a thrifty decision than anything else.
That's why they made Saw. The first Saw movie. They just graduated from college and they wanted a movie with one room, so they had two guys locked up in a bathroom.
Yeah.
That's the the rest is history. So hopefully maybe this will work out the same way for you.
Yeah.
So like, what do you have for so far as casting? Do you have any casting set up already for this?
Yeah, so it's a lot of I like to use new faces. I think that's the best part about independent horror is you
Hmm.
don't need big names to pretty it up. You can use new people and people breaking into the industry, and it's not that way with a lot of genres. Comedy requires a Will Ferrell or someone that's established to make you laugh, but I think with independent horror you're able to use a lot of new people. So we have Mary Liz Adams, who just graduated from SUNY Purchase. We have Ali Shoup and Gary Pfizer, who just graduated from the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts, which is where I went. And then we have a friend of mine, Ian Blake Salazar, who plays kind of the monster in a lot of the projects that I do.
Fantastic. Okay, well, you sounds like you got a great team going there.
Yeah.
When are you planning to film this?
Well, we have a read through slash promo shoot
Okay.
next day, and we'll start shooting last week in May.
Oh, fantastic. So that's right around the corner then.
Yep.
And I know short films. I mean, they're a little bit difficult to find out. Find a place for what to do with them after you've made them. Basically,
Right.
what do you plan on doing with abstraction once it's complete?
It's such an unpredictable thing. It's not like you said, it's not something that's really foreseen. It's so I'm going to send it to festivals. We're going to send it to a few festivals. Um, but it's hard to because when you make a short film, between 6 minutes to about 15 minutes is where you range from.
Right.
Anything like that can be very dragging.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do with the short films that I make is they're still structured like a feature. You have the 3 act structure, which sometimes is harder to do because you have to keep the audience drawn in no matter
Okay.
what. There can't be any fat.
Right.
So some of my short films tend to be a little longer, like between 25 and 30 minutes, sometimes even 40 minutes. But there's something's always happening. there's no just conversations. The conversation has to lead somewhere for a short film because there's no room for it since it's not a feature.
Right.
Um, so it's hard because a lot of the short film festivals are 15 to 20 minute, like that's your slot. You have to have it within that slot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll be a little bit more difficult when it comes to getting this film out there. But at the end of the day, I just want people to see it, and I want
What length do you see this film being once it's completed?
the script is 23 pages.
So probably about
But
20 minutes close to.
right, but the thing is that when I write scripts, the way I direct is I leave certain details, plot details, and action details out of the script.
So probably about 30 minutes most likely.
Exactly, to keep it from some so some of the actors don't know what's going on with certain events and the other actors do.
Very nice. I like
But
that. All right. So, and after Abstraction is done, what do you have planned next? What is next on the table?
I'm shooting a feature in July. So back to back, I'm shooting a feature called The Spaceman Society.
What is it called?
The Spaceman Society.
And what is that about? That doesn't sound horror. That sounds
It's a sci-fi thriller, and
okay.
it is about a graduating NASA student who, as a part of his graduation, is promised a trip into space with all of his graduating class. But he suffers from PTSD and also claustrophobia.
Okay.
So the board of education takes the opportunity away from him. So what he does is he locks himself in a sensory deprivation chamber to try and overcome his fear.
Interesting. That's interesting. I like that plot. All right. Well, it sounds like you definitely have some cool stuff going on. I do want to thank you for taking the time to do this interview. Before I let you go, is there anything else you would like to tell the viewers?
Support indie horror. That's I mean I can't scream it loud enough. I think not only me but there are a lot of great filmmakers out there who need the support. So even just sharing a video or liking a page, it gets the word out. It really does.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. All right. Well, thank you very much again for your time. Thank you for coming on. And best of luck with the production. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it comes along.
Thank you, John.
All right. And yeah, once again, everybody, I'm Johnny McCobb, the creep of the class. I'm here at Horror News Net TV. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you all next time.